Hi, my name is Mike, and welcome to M. O'Neill TV. And today we are going to review season 11, episode 1 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, of course, we're going to start off with everyone's favorite thing, which is the taglines. So, this season I thought the taglines were pretty good. Everyone has something catchy, like Nene added in about the wig. We know wig is her thing. Candy, I thought was a little shady about counting that check. But I would have to say my favorite most likely would be Portia, and that's just because of where Portia has been. Her tagline was, I may. Oh, just one moment. Lord, I'm looking at Shamari's headline. They ain't even show her yet. Portia's tagline is, I took a left turn, but now things are just right. And I like her tagline the most because I feel like everything for her has come full circle. We've seen Portia on the show with Cordell. We've seen her after the divorce growing, becoming a better woman, knowing herself more. And pretty much, I feel like everything has come full circle for her because now she's engaged. She has a baby on the way. So, congratulations, Portia. I am a Portia fan. But I'm just going to go ahead and get everything moving right along so we can get into the first episode of this new season. So, of course, it starts off just showing little snippets of all of the housewives, just catching us up, seeing what they're doing. And we officially start off with Portia. She's with her new man, Dennis McKinley, who apparently owns some clubs, some lounges. I believe she said it was a hot dog restaurant or food truck, something like that. But anyways, he made it known that this hot dog bag is going to be paying for this ring and potentially this wedding too. But that was okay. We just getting used to Dennis. It's kind of was like he just thrown in the midst because we didn't know anything. The last thing we know of Portia is that she's been dating, here and there, a few different people on the show. And then now, she's pregnant and has a fiance. But once again, congratulations. I guess we'll see how this unfolds on the season because we see from the trailer where it looks like it's going to be a little bit of shadiness towards Mr. Dennis, honey, because even her sister, Lauren, is saying, like, he just cut off his ex. We see in the trailer also where Candy is stating that she knows some tea on him. And hell, even Portia even asked him on their way to Miami, do you know Candy? And asking about the OLG gang. He like, yeah, he used to go there all the time. And she like, well, child, he ain't never been there since we've been dating these few months. And I believe she said they've been dating for 3 months. But I'm like, okay, girl, I guess we gonna see what's gonna be going on. But moving right along. So I thought we'll go ahead and just kind of keep everything in order and to go ahead and get, not specifically to get this out the way, but, so we can get back to the lighthearted laughing. So next is Nene and Greg, which Nene, of course, is my favorite, one of my favorite Atlanta housewives. And it was very sad seeing everything that was going on with her and Greg. Greg has cancer. Nene was stating that he was in pain. They went to the hospital, and at that point, the doctor was like, hey, Greg has stage 3 cancer. I forgot the exact type of cancer she mentioned, but it was definitely sad because with Greg, I always love certain men on the housewife shows, but Greg is probably like my top favorite husband for the show because he's always just so caring, loving, positive, always trying to give the best advice, give out good energy, and it's so sad to see him going through something like this. And of course, cancer is very difficult, not only for that person, but their family as well. And, I've had experiences with people I know that had cancer, and I'm just rooting for Greg. Like he said, he's going to kick cancer's ass, so we are rooting for you. And what really made me sad about this scene, basically with Greg breaking down and crying with his family. And that was sad. I ain't even gonna lie. I was watching the show, crying a little bit myself because I'm just thinking like, oh my goodness, like I can't imagine, since I've never been through it personally with anything like that. More so, just I know people that have gone through, and it was just too much to see Greg cry. Really, it really was too much, and especially when he said that he wrote the note and gave it to the doctor and told the doctor that if he didn't make it, to give this note to Nene. And that was sad. And that was the moment where he broke down, like, it's like you're coming face to face with the reality of, I may not make it out of this room. So if there is anything that I need to say or want to say, like right now, I just got minutes to go ahead and jot down all of my thoughts and hoping for the best. But if worst comes to worst, then this would be the last thing that I'm saying to you is what's going to be written on this paper. But we're glad, of course, as we see that nothing happened. We still rooting for Greg. Of course, I stay updated with what's going on as far as posts that Nene makes. So, I'll just keep tabs on that, and we'll see how everything plays out for the rest of the season. I think it'll be great as far as sharing their story, especially dealing with cancer, because I know there are so many people that's going to relate to Greg and Nene's storyline this season, as far as with having to go through it, and then someone being married, their spouse going through it with them. So that is going to be really, really good to see. And moving along, so next we see Candy and Escape on the tour bus. I believe it's a tour bus where they were rehearsing, practicing, tour bus, something. And I do love Candy. And she definitely been stepping it up these past few seasons with these fashions. So I'm all here for it, Miss Candy. Miss Candy Yams and Kenya Voice. But pretty much she states that her and Escape are being nominated, well, not nominated, honored with the Golden Note Award, I believe. And it was the highest honor through ASCAP. So I'm like, that's great, because she said, other artists that's been there, Alicia Keys, Jay-Z. So I'm like, girl, that's definitely great. Like she said, especially with y'all primarily coming out back in the day, in the 90s, from what I recall when I was younger. But, and still being relevant now and still being noticed and presented and honored, I think it's definitely great. So congrats to Escape and Candy. Hopefully we'll see more of Escape on the show too. And then also, just to go ahead and get Candy cleared out the way for this first episode, I might as well just add on in about her and her family, which I believe is going to be a part of her storyline this season as well. They were eating lunch, dinner, and pretty much Riley stated that you are not around, which, I mean, we pretty much would know that because Candy is always working, businesswoman, which I respect, love. One of the things I love about her the most is that she is very business oriented. She has the bedroom Candy. Outside of that, she's still writing songs for different artists of all genres. You're back with Escape. You got the OLG gang. You still got your Text, Boutique. So girl, she is doing it, honey. Okay? Dipping it and doing it. Like, she really be doing it. But I can understand what Riley is saying when Candy mentions that she wants to have, well, what they thought about her and Todd having more children. And Riley was like, girl, you ain't here, so what's this he? And Candy is right, as well as Todd, that, we have to work so hard, to maintain our lifestyle. Not saying that Candy is broke, because we know she got money. We know Candy gonna save a coin. She got coins in the bank. But as I'm getting older, I have learned that sometimes you work so hard to make things better for yourself when you're older, as well as if you have children, primarily for your children, because you got Riley, you got Kayla, and you got Ace, honey, and you just want to make sure everything good. But we'll see how this plays out. Hopefully, Candy will be able to spend some more time now that she feels that, oh, my baby misses me. So we'll see how that plays out. We're going to jump right into Cynthia and Mr. Mike Hill, whom she's also been dating for 3 months. I don't know what's going on, honey. Everybody dating somebody for 3 months. I mean, Portia dating her man for 3 months. Cynthia with her man for 3 months. Girl, they got it on and popping after the reunion from last year. But we'll just see how this plays out. But Mr. Mike Hill is a sportscaster with Fox News. And I said, okay, Cynthia, I don't mean no harm. We need to get away from these limelight people as far as clubs and whatever mysterious activities, because I don't know what her last boyfriend was doing, but mysterious activities. If you ask the girls of the show, honey, he was just trying to use Cynthia so he can get out there and be in the spotlight. But I'm glad that he gone, push him on out the side. I'm glad Miss Eva came and exposed his tea, okay? But I'm glad that Cynthia has, so far from what I see of Mike Hill, he seems to be very, of course, smart, sophisticated. He seems to be on Cynthia's level. Like, she's a real grown woman. Like, she know what she wants and what she doesn't want. And I feel like this is something that she wants. Compared to her last boyfriend, I feel like he was just a snack, basically. Like, you was just recently divorced from Peter. You're finding your way. Like, she was dating multiple people. As she stated at the previous reunion, she was dating multiple people. So you were just feeling the vibe of everything, getting your foot out there in the water. And now you have found someone, which I'm hoping is someone you could be with forever. You even made a statement that about potentially marriage. So I'm proud of Cynthia. I'm glad that she is still around here on this show, because I do love Cynthia and her shady shade, which I know will be coming later on throughout the season. And of course, those looks and fashion, honey, because Miss Cynthia Bailey always give me a good look. She always be beating the confessionals too, honey. So that is that for Cynthia. Next, we see Eva with her family taking pictures, having a family photo. She was stating this is the first photo shoot that she's done since she's had the baby, which is good because snatched, honey. Snapback game, honey, on point, because Miss Eva the diva is looking good and snatched in the waist, honey. So kudos to you for working through. Shoot, I'm a man. I ain't never been pregnant, and I'm trying to get rid of a little belly weight, honey. It didn't seem like it take me forever, and she snapped back. So pretty much we just got a little intro with Eva. Last season she was a friend of a housewife. Now she's full-time with her Peach, and I think it is cute, and I do like it a lot that her husband has taken on the role of father for her daughter Marley, which we all know is what is his name? I can't even think of his name. I think it's Kevin McCall is her first baby's father, but she did state that this is basically the only father that she has known, and that is a little sad, and I guess a little shady too, because I'm sure we're going to hear more about that playing out this season. We've heard things in blogs, the tabloids, about their relationship as parents. Not the best at all. As far as with Kevin McCall and his mishaps and the things that he's been doing. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I ain't even trying to get all into that. And I just wanted to add, as far as with Eva, her husband seems like he would be a good addition on the show to the husbands. I mean, just on the little interaction I've seen, he seems like he has a little, comical, jokey side. So I'm hoping that comes through and gives us those moments of laughter that we need throughout the season, especially with the stuff that's going on with Nene and Greg. We're definitely going to need a lot of laughing. And speaking of that, that rolls me right on up into the next scene with Portia meeting up with Miss Nene Leakes at Swag Boutique. And honey, she came there and said that she wanted to check on her friend and make her laugh. And girl, she accomplished that goal because she sure had me rolling. Because Portia trying on little outfits that Nene picking out. She's talking about what she gonna be doing for her man. She bending it over, tooting it up, shaking, shimmying, and everything else. Girl, Nene was like, "Girl, how you say you gonna open that oven again, honey?" And Portia done bent all the way down, which was a cute scene, and I like that Portia and Nene have gotten back on track and are building their friendship again. And I like that she's checking on her. I also like that Portia took it upon herself to reach out to all the other women and basically say, hey, our girl is going through something very tragic and hard at this very time. And, you know, she has a comedy show coming up. I think we all should pop up, surprise her, support her. And that was a really good idea. Like, I really like that whole idea. I like that we're starting off the season in a positive manner, even though we know there's going to be some sadness along the way, but we're starting off the season in a positive manner for the most part, Henny, because like I said, this trailer already looking like, girl, they're going to be all up in Portia's tea this season. So other than that, I mean, I think that pretty much covers this first episode of the Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, we all know the first episode, I always say like the first 2 episodes is just getting us back in the swing of things, just reintroducing us back to the characters, introducing us to any new characters. And I'm definitely hoping that we see Miss Shamari DeVoe real soon, honey. Okay? Because that scene when she's talking about, I was the A-list when you was the A-list, I was like, girl, is she talking to Nene or who she's talking to? Because we know that with editing, honey, when they put these trailers together, she could have been talking to Marlo for all we know. But honey, the way that they chopped it, cut it and chopped it, honey, it looked like she was talking to Nene. So I'm just like, I'm ready for it, honey. Okay? I am ready for it. I think this season is going to be pretty good. So I'm definitely excited. As long as my girls here, Portia, Nene, I'm here for it. I'm interested in Miss Shamari DeVoe, and I'm definitely interested in Miss Eva the Diva now that she full time, baby. Okay, and she ain't here to play. But that was pretty much just my thoughts on the first episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 11. And I will be tuning in next week and week after week and giving my thoughts. But once again, thank you all for listening. If you want to do so, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you can be notified anytime I decide to share my thoughts and opinions with you all. But once again, thank you. My name is Mike, and until next time.